Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I hope you all are doing great. This is me, your host, Zina Huzafa, Education Wali, student of Rehan School Online Academy. Today I will back with another podcast with Dr. TPS. Let's welcome her in our today's podcast. Uh, um, Hello, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Namaste, Dr. TPS here from Hyderabad. I'm doing good, great as always.
Okay, nice. Okay, so my first request is that can you please introduce yourself? Can you please introduce yourself?
You tell what do you know about me, which made you to come to me, and I can add little bit if you want, or you have any specific questions.
Okay, you are a motivational speaker and meditation master and space scientist and leader, writer, and yeah, educationist.
Good enough. So you did the introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, my first question is that what was the running point in your life that leads you to become a motivational speaker?
Um, I was part of space department. I'm sure you have to deal with a lot of people in the office, and all of them are not that motivated because every day there are ups and downs in life. So definitely it is not started as a motivational speaker, but motivating my colleagues, my juniors, people who are working with me. And I found, yes, it's working well. So why not for others?
Okay, nice. How do you stay motivated on difficult days?
Yeah, there is, every day there is somebody coming and talking to me like this. Every day there are a lot of people who contact me for their problems. So definitely when I motivate somebody else, I have to motivate myself, right? When I make somebody to smile, I will have to smile. That's what keeps my life on.
Nice. Okay, so now my next question. What are you telling about who is not motivated ourselves and not believe in ourselves? So how can we do?
See, motivation is not a clean chit. It is not a plain bank check sort of a thing. No, you should have motivation with a purpose in your life. What is that you want to do? For which you need to assume that you want to climb the top of the mountain. Your motivation is looking back how far you have gone, learning about who has gone there. What is there when you reach there? What are you able to see from that place? So, for every action which you do, every vision which you have, every aim you have in your life, there is something which motivates you to go ahead in your life. So keep tracking what you want to do in your life, what you want to be in your life. Look back how much you have done, how much you have achieved. That will give you a motivation. For young children, probably a chocolate can be a motivation. Maybe a bicycle can be a motivation. A pen or a gift can be a motivation. But when you grow, it's not what externally you get from somebody else gives you a motivation. It's what comes from internally. My success, sometimes my failure can be a motivation. Sometimes what people talk about me can be a motivation. Sometimes how much I can help others can be a motivation. Right? It all depends on what is that and what age. Each one of us will have different style and types of motivation. It's not one and the same for everybody.
Okay, that's nice. Now my next question: how do you prepare mentally before going on stage to speak?
Yeah, see, in the beginning, yes, I do prepare, I do make notes, but nowadays, when I go on to stage, I don't even ask what is the topic which I have to speak. It just comes. Maybe somebody speaks about something. When I go to stage, I'll ask somebody else, tell me what is that you want from me. Or I may ask the audience, you tell me what is that you want from me. That's what happens. So the stage, the audience, the response, the demand, looking at the faces, I know what they want. So that's what I speak.
Okay, nice. So now tell me, can you share a story where your words transformed someone's life?
There are every day many. See, these days in India,
One example.
we have NEET exams. NEET is the entrance examination for getting admission to MBBS. So what happens is somebody tries once, twice, thrice, 4 times, they don't get. So 11th and 12th they passed, they tried, they are not able to get into. Then they come with a question, what should I do next? So we take a alternate path. This is the path what you can go. You can go to BAMS, Ayurveda, you can go to homeopathy, you can go to veterinary, you can go to BDS. So a lot of children who come and then ask me what is that they can do if I fail here. So speak to them, understand their problems, take their opinion, modify it slightly, give them the scope. If you go through this is what you can become in your life. It happens every day. Hundreds, not one or two. Every day there is 10 of people. Maybe last 2 months I must have reached out to 200 people. I've
Oh,
got a set of
nice.
students whom I am mentoring, so all of them get little bit of motivation from me, I guess.
Nice inspiration and good to know that. Okay, now tell me about your educational years. What changes do you wish to see in today's education system?
I don't know whether you have seen my videos and books published, which talks about Grandma Childcare Shiksha Gurukula, which talks about a community sort of a school learning where age 3 to grade 3, 6 years education can be at home or maybe in a friend's house, or maybe people get together each other and then start discussing, learning. What is that around your world? I believe age 3 to grade 7 is when you learn about yourself, your family, your community, your world around you. And then 8th grade onwards, it is a lot of abstract knowledge. Mathematics, physics, chemistry, higher order, which you cannot see with your eyes. You can't go and see what is around your world. So up to 7th grade, I've got a different system of education, which is defined, authored 4 books, psychology of children on early childhood, mental, physical, emotional, intellectual problems, adult education about the people what teenage, adolescents, the teachers, parents. For all of them, I have written few books on this. So all part of education.
Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful answer. Okay, now can you tell me how do you make learning joyful and learning full for students?
Best method is to have group education, group discussion, sit together, learn together, ask questions. And there is a blog called 30 points to students, 20 points to parents and teachers. So that makes people to sit together. One chapter is over, one subject is over, one concept is over. Prepare question paper, gift it to your friend. make them, ask them to make questions, get to those questions and answer, evaluate, test, debate, discuss, all different story methods, lot of games. It's all what happens in my workshop during education, learning with the fun, learn to teach. These are all part of my daily routine, which I do during the camps.
Okay, nice. Now my next question: what role does technology plan in future education?
See, today also you are talking to me. So I wrote a book on 17 years back how education can be through online like this. So nobody could think about it probably. It was not as common as today. So that's called adaptive learning. The advantage is you can stop, you can pause, you can take rest in between, you can skip classes, you can fast forward classes. So it becomes so flexible. And today we have AI, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, machine learning. All these are possible. I can do simulation, animation, storytelling, preparation. Everything is online possible. And there are a lot of education available online open courses, massive online open courses. So with that, anybody in the world can learn anything from anyone. So that makes education so flexible. I don't think the education in the classrooms are more important today, except for laboratory, internship, practical projects, and such activities. Theoretical learning is much easier outside the classroom than inside the classroom today.
Yes, nice. Okay, now my next question is that how can we train teachers to become better leaders in the classroom?
The teachers, that's what I said. Generally, what do I do is learn to teach and learn to learn. If the teacher understands how a student is learning, I'm sure teacher can become good teachers. So there is Nane's principle, which talks about how to start a class, whether you are a discovery teacher, whether you are a deductive teacher, inductive teacher, different class of teaching is there. That's all part of my book in adaptive learning. So the pedagogies and practices which the teacher can use in the classroom depends on the ability of the students and the standard of the students, how much they know, how much they accept, how much they absorb, and what is the subject which I am teaching. For maths, it's a different style. For language, it can be a different style. For history, it can be an entirely different style. It depends on the subject, depends on the teacher, depends on the students. That's how the teachers have to become flexible.
Okay, nice. So now my next question: what is your dream for global education in the next 10 years?
Yeah, I think education should not be defined for 10 years because it's moving very fast. So I keep talking about it is not 21st century education, it's third decade of 21st century. So up to 2030, if you look at it, last 5 years, what happened? If you look at it, there is fantastic change which has happened. That's because of technology change, that's because of orientation, that's because of job opportunities, that's because change in the world, the relationship between world, all these have changed. So definitely, I'm sure all this makes a part in the next 5 years to come. And technology is going to make more, education is going to be more informal. The certificates have less value, but knowledge and skill will have more values. So the orientation should be for making people to become job oriented. And definitely we need to have a lot of value education so that people understand the human values, human become human being, and they become social being.
Nice. Okay, so now can you tell me that how do you generate new ideas and stay innovative?
See, I have got a lot of workshop which is done on design thinking, innovation. What is to be done is people have to sit together, do brainstorming, debate. There should not be any conferences. I keep calling people should have unconferencing. People think divergent, argue, pick up some idea which cannot work, debate, but say that it will work, and then start dialoguing on that. So definitely new ideas will arise when a group sit together and then try to understand what is that people require. Everything should be practical oriented. Look at what is that people want. How do I make life of people simpler, easier, better. I'm sure new education and new thinking will emerge into new innovations.
Okay, nice. So now my next question: how do you overcome writer's block or creative silence?
I didn't get. Tell me, what is that?
Okay, I was asking, how do you overcome writer block or creative silence?
Writer block.
G.
No, I didn't get.
Yes.
Writer block.
Yes.
See, what happens is when you wanted to think divergent, probably we make a format, write down the sketch, make some title, make some subheadings and headings, put ideas into that, and look at it again and again, once, twice, thrice. Start thinking from different directions. Who are the readers? What do they want? If I think like this, if I think like this, what could be that? It's more like a divergent thinking, looking at from 360 degrees around the subject which I wanted to make some articles. That's what I do generally. You are
Okay.
muted.
Okay, nice. What qualities make someone a loud thought leader?
um, Assume that you wanted to have something to achieve in your world. What is to be done is collect all the informations around the world, and that makes you to become really creative. Education and creativity goes hand in hand. So the more you think, the more you know about the world, your horizon improves, and compare with what happens in the different part of the world. Assume that you want to become a millionaire, you should talk to billionaires. Assume that you want to become a professor, you must think about the professors in different universities. Look at what is happening around the world. When you think more and more, I'm sure definitely you will have a world around you which make you to believe that you can be much higher and better in this world. So you start thinking around what you wanted to be, and that's what a thought leader has to make.
Okay, nice. Now my next question is that can you tell me how do you deal with criticism when you introduce new ideas?
See, all ideas will not come into a result where somebody can make it like a product. The innovation doesn't happen with every idea which I have. So I know that when I have to make ideas, it's not one idea, I make multiple ideas. It depends on the process idea, it could be on the data collection, it could be on the research methodology, it could be the result is this what I want. So when I want this result, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. So I keep looking at what is that I wanted to do and how do I make things happen around my world. And that gives me different structure in which I can make things happen one way or other way. So each idea is based on the data which I collect, the process which I do, the people whom I am doing, the product which I am going to make, the result of my work, where I am starting and where I am ending. So it all depends. So idea has to think, because if I think only in one direction, that doesn't work, then we'll have problem. So I'll have to make different methods, different data, different technology, different result could come. So idea changes based on the path which I take, the starting point and the ending point.
Okay, nice. Now my next question is that can you tell me what inspired you to start writing?
Yeah, I think a good speaker becomes a good speaker only when he start writing. Because when you write, things becomes more clear. When you speak, it can be a blah blah blah. The ideas may not become systematic. So what is essential is you must write down so that the things become more clearer. So I remember when I used to go for lectures